Happy Sunday, loyalties. It's your girl MissMonificent here. Thank you all so much for joining me. In today's video, I am bringing you two Dollar Tree DIYs. They are rustic, farmhouse style. So to see the process, keep watching. So for this first DIY, I will be using 3 of these square glass candle holders, as well as 2 of these Dollar Tree Willow wreaths, the large ones. You can check the description box down below for the items that I use for these projects. So first off, I'm going to start with getting these 3 square glass candle holders, and I'm going to glue them at the top because that's really the only place that they connect. They don't connect down the sides or the bottom. If you try to connect them that way, they will all lean. So I'm using some E6000 as well as some hot glue to just glue right at the top of the vase, and I'm going to be doing this on the 3 vases. I'm sorry. Okay, so I did start one side off camera to try to figure out which way I wanted them to lay, and as you can see, I have one side done, and this is the way that I came up with. At first I had them going across. Also, I want to mention I did take some tape just to hold the vases together while the glue dries completely. But the other side, I did start off going the other way, and then I didn't like that look, so this is the look that I came up with. And I'm just going to go now. I already started on the other side, so I'm going to show you what I do and the process that it takes to make this, so just bear with me. Okay, so I already have some of the pieces of my willow wreath pre-cut, and I just try to figure out how it's going to lay and where it would lay best before I glue it down. And then I glue the glass and not the stick, because if you glue the stick and then try to lay it on the glass, it may roll and it may not lay right. So I glue the glass and then lay the stick on the glass, kind of give it a nice firm press, and then I take my serrated shears and I trim off the excess. Now with the thinner pieces of the willow wreath, I'm zooming in just so that you guys can try. I'm trying to hopefully try to let you get a good look, and please excuse my hands because I've been washing them and washing them doing these DIYs. But what I like to do with the thinner sticks is I try to find the gaps, and as you can see here, I'm using the thinner sticks to fill in my gaps. So I just place the hot glue, and I'm using the pointed end of these serrated shears to press and hold it down firmly, and then again I'll trim off the excess once I feel like the stick is in its place. Don't worry about the hot glue strands. I know that you can see them. I do eventually get those off with my hot glue gun, but I'm just going to show you this a couple of more times of how I just take the stick and wherever it seems like it will fit the thinner pieces of the willow wreath, that's where I place them, and then again trim off the excess. Now I did want to stop and show you this. I probably should have did this first, but anywho, I want to show you how I cut off the wreath. You see the wiggly part of the wreath? I won't use that because it's too wiggly and it won't lay on the glass right. So what I like to do is try to unravel the one branch that is loose and try to find the straightest part of it, and then I'll cut it in sections in the lines that they are. So I've broken off one branch, and you can see this is what I have. Now you see this long straight part right here? That's the straightest. I'll clip it right there in sections. That's a good straight part that I can use, and then I'll clip off another straight section, and I'll continue to do this. And if I come across a piece that seems like it's too wiggly, then I just won't use it. Okay, so hopefully you all can understand what I'm doing here. I'm going to continue to do this on both sides, on all four sides rather. I'm going to continue to do this. I'm not going to try to do this on camera because this project is a little time consuming and tedious, especially to try to record the whole process. So I'm going to finish the rest up off camera, and then I'll come back and show you the next step and what it looks like. Okay, I am back, ladies and gentlemen. I am really satisfied with the outcome. This is what it looks like. I really love this branchy rustic look. Now I did take my Rust-Oleum spray paint in the gloss Kona Brown. I already had this on hand, and I decided to go ahead and spray paint the inside of the glass. That way you can't see any gaps or anything, and I didn't like put the coats heavy, just enough so that when you're looking on the outside you can't see the glass peeping through the willow branches. Okay, at this point the hardest part of the project is over. Now I'm just taking some flower foam and I'm cutting it down to the size. I'm actually just using leftover what I already had, and I'm going to place it in each 3 of the square glass candle holders so that I can put my floral choice in there. I'm going to be using some grass. I actually took it out of some pots that I already had on hand, so I didn't buy the grass. I'm reusing it, recycling the grass that I already had. You can put flowers in this. You can put artificial greenery in it. You know, you can make it whatever you like to make it. So at this point I'm just going to let some music play, and we're going to see what mine turns out to look like. And this is the finished results. I really like the way this turned out. I was a little skeptical, but I really like the turnout on this. So now let's move on to the last DIY. Now this DIY is the simplest of these two, and the items that I used is just a few things, but please check the description box down below to check for all of the items that I used. Okay, I have cleaned my glasses really well, removed the stickers and labeling, and now I have it ready for the gluing. So I'm going to take one of these flower candle holders and the Tealight candle holder, and I'm going to place some E6000 as well as hot glue on the top rim of the tall Tealight candle holder. Now as for the rose Tealight candle holders, it may be scarce trying to find those now, but wait until Mother's Day and they may bring those out. I already had these on hand because I'm a crafter. I just like to grab things when I see them and put them away until I get an idea for them. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip the Tealight candle holder, the rose one, over, so that I can make sure that I'm putting the tall tea light candle holder on it straight. And I'm going to do this for both of them, and then I'm going to give them a few hours. Even though I'm placing hot glue on there, I still want to give it a few hours to dry before I really start working with it. Now for the tea light candle holders, I've given them a few hours to dry. I'm going to be taking my Waverly brand Ivory chalk paint. You can purchase the little bottles at Walmart for $1.67, and then they have a bigger size. I think it's like $5 or $6. But I'm just going to give the whole thing a coat. The stem of the tea light candle holder, the rolls inside, out, bottom. I'm going to give it a couple of coats of this Ivory chalk paint. And of course, again, I'm going to do this off camera because you guys don't need to see me do this. This is self-explanatory. But I'm going to give it a couple of coats of spray paint, and then I'll come back. Okay, so now I'm taking that black acrylic paint that you can pick up from Dollar Tree, and I just want to dry brush some of this on to give it like that distressed look. You can sand this as well, but I didn't want to do that because I didn't want the glass look to come through on this particular piece. I did want it to look like it was distressed, so I'm just doing it in random places, like on the petals. And if I feel like I have too much on, I'm just taking a piece of paper towel and kind of rubbing it. But as you can see, I'm just picking little spots and just dry brushing this black paint on. I'm going to do it on the rose petal candle holder as well as the tea light candle holder, a little bit on the stem and down at the bottom, and I'm going to do this on both of these. And that is pretty much it for these candle holders. Oh my goodness, I really like these. Now you could leave them as is once you glue them together. You can leave them like glass. That was a nice look too. Or paint it whatever color you want. Spray paint it, glam it up, put some bling on it. This is just what I chose to do because again, I'm a rustic girl. But these are so pretty. Like the camera is not doing it justice. And that is it for today's DIY. I really hope you all like it. If you do, then please give me a big thumbs up. I always appreciate it. If you're visiting, I ask that you stay a while by hitting that loyal button down below. Also, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you don't miss out on the fun, because I do have some fun for you all. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Come back and pay me a visit. I thank you all so much for watching. I thank you all for your support. I will see you all in my next video. God bless.